and welcome to 12-Minute Meditation, a weekly podcast from mindful.org that offers mindfulness meditations backed by neuroscience. If you've been practicing, you know that 12 minutes of meditation a day can yield benefits like increased attention, focus, creativity, calm, resilience, and compassion. The latest scientific research supports this knowledge. So, on this podcast, we invite you to do your 12-minute practice with guided meditations from today's leading mindfulness experts. There's a new practice each week and a new way to experience some of those benefits day to day. I'm Chelsea Arsenault, Director of Advertising at mindful.org, and this week Kim Armstrong leads a gratitude visualization meditation. This gentle meditation invites you to shift your gaze inward and discover the often overlooked moments of joy and contentment that punctuate your day. Kim guides us to visualize the warm embrace of our morning coffee, the soft light of dawn, or the comfort of a familiar smile. By focusing on these simple yet profound experiences, we grow our capacity for gratitude because we begin to realize we can appreciate everything from the mundane to the magnificent. This practice not only counters our natural tendency to dwell on the negative, but also enriches our appreciation for the present. It's perfect for unwinding before bed or setting a positive tone for the day ahead. This meditation aims to open your heart to the abundance of gratitude waiting to be discovered in your daily life. Through Kim's guidance, prepare to transform your perspective and welcome a renewed sense of peace and fulfillment. Kim is a co-founder and facilitator at Space Between. She practices mindfulness in order to know, see, and feel what is really important in life. Kim has a master's in child and adolescent psychology from the University of Washington and is a certified meditation teacher and 500-hour yoga teacher. When she isn't managing operational details, she can be found strumming chords on her guitar. You can subscribe to 12-Minute Meditation while you're on mindful.org or wherever you find your favorite podcast. And if you're moved to leave us a review, we'd be grateful, and so will other listeners. See, your review helps them to decide whether 12-minute meditation is for them. But for now, for you, here's Kim Armstrong.
Hi, all. This is Kim Armstrong. I'm with Space Between. We're a nonprofit in Seattle, Washington, and our mission is to facilitate human and school transformation through mindfulness practices with the vision that all students are well and whole. And I'm here today to share a gratitude meditation with you, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So please get in touch. All right, so if you're not familiar with gratitude, there's a lot of great science behind it if you're interested in that, with benefits for our brains and our bodies in terms of feelings of more happiness and optimism and better sleep. And of course, as I learned from my friends at Holistic Life Foundation, you may be an internal scientist and see how this practice works for you. And so in this practice, we're going to take kind of a little visualization, kind of walking through our day. This practice could be done in the evenings, kind of before bed, or also in the mornings, kind of looking back at the day before. So I invite you to find a comfortable seat. So you may move your body around a little bit till you find a place that feels relatively comfortable and centered. We'll take 3 collective breaths together wherever you are. So with a closed mouth, breathing in through your nose, and letting it out through your nose or your mouth. And inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. One last time, slow breath in. And let it go. So I invite you to tune into that moment this morning or the day before morning when you first woke up. And see if you can make a note of one or two things that you appreciated or are thankful for about that moment. Maybe it's your warm bed or the pet or the partner sleeping next to you or the sun coming in the window or the fact that you woke up before your alarm clock. Whatever it is, just noticing with intention something you're grateful for or some things that you're grateful for in that moment when you woke up. And then going back to the moment right after you woke, whether it's putting on your slippers, making a little stretch, brushing your teeth, just noticing something in that moment that you're grateful for. And maybe just saying it to yourself or saying it out loud. Writing things down or saying it out loud helps them kind of stick in the parts of our brain where we remember things. Going to those moments after the waking up when you're getting your coffee or making breakfast for yourself or others or kiddos or whatever it is. Just noticing things in that moment that you're grateful for. Maybe it's sounds of loved ones or the delicious taste of your coffee or your tea or your cozy robe or your favorite outfit or socks. These things that we can bring in that we appreciate or we notice can be really small. It doesn't have to be large and kind of grandiose things. It can be these tiny moments that are pleasant or neutral. Now just noticing any transition that happens in the morning from maybe going from home to work, physically or virtually, kind of transitioning in a moment if you're at home with children or caregiving for others. Just in whatever transition moment, just noticing something you appreciate, something you're grateful for from that moment. And then after that transition, when you're kind of digging into your work or your school or your caretaking, and tuning into an interaction that you have with another person, and that could be in person, it could be virtually, it could be even just over email. Just something that you appreciate. Something you appreciate about that person, that colleague, that loved one. Something about that moment, a little bit of humor, a little laughter, a little lightness or ease. Practicing gratitude with intention doesn't mean that we're invalidating or pretending like the hard and stressful and challenging moments don't exist. It's bringing in both the things that are pleasant or neutral and of course, the things that are hard. But because our brains are so much more likely to go to the negative, my teacher Rick Hansen said our brains are like Velcro for the negative and Teflon for the positive. We can intentionally notice and turn our attention towards the things that are pleasant, neutral, kind of countering that negativity bias that we have in our brain. And so going to another moment before kind of midday lunchtime, or moments that were pleasant, where you notice something that you're thankful for, no matter how small. Checking something off your to-do list, or some support from someone else. A little giggle about something. And just scanning through the day for lunchtime. Noticing something about the food that you eat. Something that you drink that's tasty or smells really good or tastes really good or sounds really good as you're crunching on it. Maybe noticing and taking in all of the resources that went into bringing that food to you in that moment. The resources from the earth, the sun, the soil, the air, the water. Resources like the people, the farmers, the grocery store folks who brought it to you ultimately. It's a little noticing of what you're grateful for, and whenever your lunch is. And then going on to things that happened in the afternoon. Learnings or meetings or interactions or fun or play. Just taking note of even really tiny, small moments that you appreciate. And then if there's another transition for you, kind of from work or caretaking to the next thing, taking note of something in that moment that you appreciate. Maybe there's a sigh of relief that it's time for a transition, because we all need these breaks and transitions, no matter what it is that we're doing, and even when we're doing something we really love. Perhaps also bringing in a note of kind of gratitude for kind of the purpose that you've served for the day, whether it's volunteering or learning something as a student or caretaking or doing something really important in your work. Just a note of gratitude for yourself and kind of how you served the world in whatever you did during the day. And then just tuning into any moments that happened in the evening. Maybe a good book, a workout, a TV show, dinner with a friend or partner or children, a cup of tea, glass of wine, whatever it is. Just a little note of appreciation for something that happened in the evening. Then as you have scanned kind of through your day, noting all these points of gratitude, maybe there's one thing that stands out to you. Maybe just a little extra note. Thank you for, you could say it out loud or in your head. And perhaps simply noticing kind of what it's like. What is the experience of going through the day? And noticing and maybe making a mental or a verbal note. What is it? What was this experience like for you? We'll close with one breath. So take a breath in through your nose and release it out. Thank you so much for joining me for that little journey of gratitude. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of 12-Minute Meditation from Mindful and Mindful.org. I hope you enjoyed practicing with us. We'll be back in 7 days with another meditation practice for you.